And when I was at Columbia, there were so many interesting prompts that triggered memories. And that was really like where you would sit and be like, okay, how did I feel about that? But if you just sit there with a blank canvas or a blank Word doc, it is very difficult to conjure. You know, it helps to have Lucy Brock Broida would give us word banks that we had to, you know, incorporate, or, you know, various prompts. And suddenly you were like, oh, I remember that. Like, oh, I remember. Like, there's a poem in there that before this interview, like I was kind of flipping through the book and I was like, oh, mercy. And that's a poem about just squeezing my sisters and I would play this like weird game of mercy during mass, just like during the Our Father, when you would hold hands. And it was just this really mean game of just trying to see who would crumble first. And it's weird memories like that where it's like, oh man, that was so like, and then you like make all of the different you connect the dots of what that means as kids. And I don't know. This is what I was afraid of. I really don't quite know. I just think like the more that you take notes, once again, like that, having that wall of things that I write and then tape to the wall and then wait. And then you have this sort of, this thing to pull from, this great deal of work that you've spent, you know, years of occasionally writing and taping up. And then you can cobble together a poem that suddenly you're like, oh, that's what I was thinking all along.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like there's a sense of meaning that we have. Like it's like a sixth sense or maybe an eighth sense or something, where we sort of know that something is meaningful, but we don't know why. We just like intuitively know. And especially when you're a kid, so many things happen that you know is significant, even at the time, but you have no idea why or what it means. And then later, looking back through poems, it kind of, you can put it all together. Do you want to read that poem since you talked about it?
Oh, okay. Mercy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Again, I haven't thought about this poem in like 3 years. I was like, whoa, I forgot about this. Mercy was the game we played, squeezing hands during the Our Father at 10:30 Mass. The winner, whoever hurt longest in silence. Only the small muscles of sisters, the brittle glow of her hair, its morning smell of butter and eggs. Glasses hooked around my ears, lenses thick as Oreos. Learning compassion must be begged for. But what we knew of begging was singing orphans in musicals. And what I knew of need was the dollar Richard Berry gave me to tell people I was his girlfriend, folded in my pocket till the collection basket had passed. All I grasped of her hands at that age was their color, green-white, sticky, bruised, like squeezing a pear. Our bodies bent over the pew, driven to sound but kept quiet. Call it ruthless or resistless. Blame it on the edges of our playground where gentleness was just a lack of something stronger. Or the way deliver us sounded in Latin. I thought belief could be touched, her pulse quickening in my hands. I have not forgotten what it looked like.
And that was Mercy from Our Lady of Not Asking Why.